It's going to be interesting how the young guns out there get on against the kind of international crew of the Holland.
Hollandia on the back station nearest to your picture. Away a little more sluggish than Nautilus on the Berkshire station, but they'll soon recover that, I'm sure. Keeping a close eye. This, as Mark says, a boat, the Dutch 8, don't come much better than this. On the Buck station on the right-hand side of your picture, you'll be seeing the same boat in action in Rio de Janeiro in a month's time.
So this will be a stepping stone to that. But you saw earlier on today, Mahe drives down the Diamond Sculls. You know, maybe took it too lightly and got overawed in the last couple of 100 metres. So the Dutch had a little bit of a scare the other day when they raced, in their opening race yesterday. So I'm sure that have kind of worked, so talked about last night, we don't want that to happen again. Don't give these young guys from Britain a chance or a sniff at, you know, where we are. Make sure we get out in front and really put this race to bed early.
Terrific performance from Nautilus yesterday, beating Team Italia. The Italians, not a great day yesterday. They didn't lose it on penalties this time. It was by 2 lengths, in fact. Berkshire station in 6:36. Nautilus beating Team Italia. You watched Germany-Italy last night?
I didn't, unfortunately.
Neither did I, but the penalties weren't too good. I saw those. Watching the grand final, and the Dutch 8 beating New York and California, USA, by 3/4 of a length in their semi-final yesterday. And we're expecting a really good performance from them, this Dutch 8. Not just today, but also in the Olympic Games in Rio in 3 or 4 weeks' time.
But it's really interesting to understand what the Dutch are trying to get out of the regatta, other than just winning, which they should do as a crew going out to Rio. But what section of the race are they trying to work on when they come here? Is it the start? Is it the centre point? Or is it they kind of build to the finish? That'd be really interesting to see how they progress down the course.
Weersum, the Cox for the Dutch. Royston, there you can see for Nautilus, the Cox. The umpire keeping a close eye on it. And he's picked up his white flag. He's looking, and he's going to suggest that the boats need to clear. It's Nautilus he's not happy with, and now he's changed his angle of attack, the umpire, and has had a pop at both crews for their line of steering.
Yeah, and if you see the umpire's launch is coming in the centre of the course. So that is kind of neutral water where the launch is. And each crew needs to be on either side of that.
They were getting mighty close. He's judged both crews to have got a bit too tight to the middle of the track.
You can just see from that shot how well drilled the Dutch crew are, though. Look at the blade work there.
Yeah, it's
moving in sync.
It's a world-class performance, isn't it? So far, as we'd expect. They are getting tight now to that boom on the left. Your picture. The Cox will be wary of that. Weersum, the Cox for the Dutch boat. He's not going to want to go any closer to that boom, is he?
No, he won't go any closer to that line after what we just saw in the race before. You know,
he won't have seen that, will he?
No,
the other end of the course.
That's the thing. The Cox won't have seen that. He won't have heard about that. But he should have a clear vision, so he stays well clear of that. And you can just see the frustration of the Dutch Cox there. He wants more than this. He wants more clear water on this Nautilus crew than what they have currently.
Yeah, he looks an excitable chap, doesn't he, Weersum? Frustration it may be, boiling over. But he's got to try and get a bit of clear water on Nautilus, and credit to them, Nautilus. Now Cox Royston, and we'll be saying to him, look, you're not out of this yet.
No, he'll be encouraging his crew. You know, they've got through to the front of the ground. For these young guys, it's a great achievement. And to have a chance to race the Dutch crew that's going to the Olympic Games, you know, these young guys will want to put themselves in a good position after this Olympiad for the next one going towards Tokyo.
Hollandia last won in 2006. Nautilus will be a first win for them.
Since the mid-80s, I think the last time Nautilus won the Grand.
So. Yeah, it's a long, long time. It's in recent history. Leandro and Molesey winning it last time out. 6:21 their time last year. Leandro and Molesey in the Grand in the men's 8.
Well, that was our crew that's actually going to the Olympic Games. You know, world champions last year. So that was a class act of athletes. You know, they're all on training camp now, preparing for Rio. So it's a chance for the young guys in the team, the development guys, to have a chance at trying to win the Grand event at Henley this year.
So Leander boat back in 2013, that was the fastest ever down this stretch of water. the moment it's the Dutch, but perhaps not with the margin that we might have anticipated, bearing in mind they are Rio bound and they are definitely world class. Nautilus are keeping in contention.
And this is a great display of the young guys from Nautilus. Stand attached to this Dutch boat. The Dutch haven't got clear water. So for these young guys coming to enclosures, you know, they're going to have the crowd on their side. You know, can they start edging up, putting the Dutch under pressure?
Well, the Dutch are putting in a surge here in front of the big crowds. They're going to go for a big finish. And they've been made to work by Nautilus. Credit to them for that. The excitable cops who we mentioned earlier, Wearsome, still barking the orders. I can't help the boat, the fact that he jumps up and down. I can't help the balance of the boat at all.
The different coxes have different movements that they move with the hull. You've got 8 big guys in there, putting a lot of work down, so it's really difficult to sit still. So they'll try and move as the boat kind of moves back and forth, as the athletes kind of move. They're trying to move in sync with them.
He certainly looks one of the more animated coxes we've seen this week. But Nautilus, look at this, they really are giving it a go, aren't they? It's a fantastic performance from them. They're going to finish second, but a big race from them against the mighty Dutch. In the Grand, one of the big races of the week. Big final, big performance, and a big win for Hollandia from the Netherlands. We'll see them next in Rio de Janeiro at the Olympic Games, but they've safely navigated this step towards that with a win in the Grand Challenge Cup here at Henley Royal Regatta. Well done to Nautilus for giving it a go. Not too far adrift. It's the Dutch who win the Grand.